So, here we are, the final part of our series on career uncertainty in the age of AI. And honestly, this is the most important piece of the puzzle, the action plan. We're going to take the big conclusion from that Virtualization Options LLC report and boil it all down into a real, tangible resilience toolkit that you can start using, well, today. And hey, just a quick reminder, this is the grand finale of our 9-part overview. The full report is, well, it's massive, so think of what we're doing here as the highlight reel. We've gone through all the dense material to pull out the most essential, actionable takeaways for you. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about embracing what the report calls the new normal. Then, we'll chart a path forward with some really crucial takeaways. From there, we'll get super practical and actually build out your resilience toolkit with real resources. And of course, we'll wrap it all up with one last provocative thought to chew on.
Okay, let's start right at the foundation. Because, before we can even talk about tools or strategies, there's this one core idea in the report that absolutely everything else is built on.
And here it is. This uncertainty we're all feeling, it isn't some temporary storm that we can just hunker down and wait out. The report is crystal clear on this. The whole idea of a predictable, straight-line career path is basically a relic of the past. It's not a highway anymore. It's more like navigating a constantly shifting river. And accepting that, really internalizing that continuous change is the new normal, that's the first and most critical step. So, if change is the only constant, how in the world are you supposed to plan for anything, right? Well, the report says it comes down to 3 fundamental shifts in your thinking. These are the big ones. You know those 5-year plans we were all taught to make? Yeah, according to this research, you can pretty much toss those out the window. In fact, they might even be holding you back. The new name of the game is agility. We're talking about thinking in short sprints, maybe 6 to 12 months at a time, guided by what you value, not by some rigid job title that might not even exist in a couple of years. This is so key. As AI gets better and better at all the technical tasks, our real value, what makes us irreplaceable, completely shifts. The report calls them our human skills, things like creativity, empathy, figuring out complex social situations. That right there is our competitive advantage. It's basically your career insurance in a world full of algorithms.
And that brings us to the third big mindset shift. Collaboration is the new competition. The whole lone wolf, go-it-alone strategy, it's over. The report makes a powerful argument that real, lasting resilience comes from building diverse networks and, get this, learning to partner with AI, not fight against it. That combination is just way more powerful than anything you could do by yourself.
Okay, that's the mindset. But mindsets are great and all. How do we actually put this stuff into action? Well, this is where the report gets super practical. Let's dig into the actual resilience toolkit it recommends, which is packed with real-world resources you can check out.
First thing on the list, AI literacy. And the best part is, you don't need to go get a PhD in computer science. The report points to some amazing resources, like Coursera's AI for Everyone, that are specifically for non-technical people. The goal here isn't to become an AI engineer. It's just to understand the language and the landscape so you can make smarter moves.
All right, next up, beefing up those uniquely human skills. The report suggests some incredible resources for building up your emotional resilience. I mean, Yale offers a course called The Science of Well-Being for free, and it's a fantastic place to start. And if you're trying to lead a team through all this change, Crucial Conversations is basically required reading. Now check this out. The report introduces a really cool concept called mesh groups. The easiest way to think about it is it's the total opposite of an echo chamber. This isn't just about knowing people in your specific field. It's about intentionally weaving a network of people from totally different industries with different jobs at different career levels. Why? Because that's how you spot trends and see opportunities that everyone else in your bubble is going to miss. So where do you find these people to build your mesh group? Well, here are some fantastic starting points. Communities like Reforge and On Deck are literally designed for this kind of cross-industry learning. But honestly, even just checking out a local AI meetup can connect you with people who see the world in a completely different way. And finally, no toolkit is complete without resources for your own well-being. Let's be real, the report absolutely acknowledges the genuine anxiety all this uncertainty can create. So it points to services like BetterUp for AI-focused career coaching and platforms like Talkspace for getting direct support to manage the emotional weight of it all.
So we've got the mindset shifts and we've got the tools, but the report doesn't just leave it there. It wraps everything up with a very direct call to action, a challenge really for every single one of us, no matter where we are in our careers.
The bottom line here is that we're all in this together. As you can see, the report lays out specific marching orders for everyone. For you as an individual, the message is, don't wait. Start playing with AI tools and building that mesh network right now. For managers, your job is to be transparent and lead by example. And for senior leaders, it's about building a culture where it's safe to adapt and learn.
And that brings us to this final, powerful question from the report. Look, the change is coming. That's not up for debate. The real question is, what are you going to do about it? Your choices, your actions, your willingness to learn, that's what will define your path. The future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we build, one small, adaptive step at a time.